legendary producers Uncle Panther and Avery, and they're gonna talk to us about the amazing artists that they work with and the projects. Now, Uncle Panther, I know you've been in the industry for a very long time, and you've developed amazing talents, and you helped a lot of people to get their grounds and become very successful. What is the key ingredients for you to mold the artist to be a success story?
The first thing, you gotta work with the artist. He has to want to do music first of all, you know. And then you put right timing into him, and when you listen to him, what he's saying, and then you have to fit in commercial. So you teach him the right schooling in the right way, basically. Like when you have a child, you put him into school, you want him to learn A, B, C, D, not the wrong words, you know. So that's what we basically do. We teach artists the right situation, the right music for them. End of the day, they have to like what they like, but we make sure it's clean, it's nice, it's respectable, it can go the right direction, and people can, you know, music relate to a lot of different ways. And so it's a very fine line to say I want to build up an artist this way or this way. No, it's a teamwork, and it's a lot of preparation, it's a mind game, it's developing an artist the right product, write everything. It takes a lot of time. So that's why I always look for the person who wants to put time into music, not into just playing time or I got it, it's gonna happen. You know, it's not overnight thing. And a lot of people put a lot of time into this situation. It's a teamwork. It's not by myself. I can, you know, it's teamwork. And you respect other people, and it will happen for you, you know. So get back to the same thing. It takes a lot of time and hard working and writing songs and listening to other people, and then it makes you right. You know, artists at the end of the day.
That's incredible.
Avery is one of the producers, like I said, like my heart goes for him because he's a very, very talented kid. You know, it's like I met him when he was, like he said, he was a teenager. And
how did you meet?
I met him. I came from Bone Thugs, and at the time, and he was working with Swiss. And that's where we met each other. Our camp with Bone Thugs came, collaborated with Swiss signed them basically, and it became where my relationship built up with Avery. We started talking to each other, and he would start working with my artist Sin, and it was kind of good situation because he understood us, and he was like, "Yo, we can do certain things. Let's make it happen." And like I said, we kind of built up our relationship, and we were there for each other. And like he said, he was growing up, and it was good. He's like a kid to me, you know. He's like my son, and we just built up the relation day by day, and it went different direction, you know. But it was not like, oh, we planned for this and let's do this. No, everything happened the way it's supposed to happen, basically, you know. Sometimes you try things in your life and you keep trying, and it's not happening. Maybe it's not meant for you to do those things. It's change your direction or do something where it makes sense. End of the day, that's what we do basically.
Avery, I know you worked with major people, and Uncle Panther actually mentioned few. Would you be able to tell us, like, what was the experience like, who you worked with, how did you come around to do projects like that?
Well, you know, Swiss, I was producing since I was about 14 years old, you know, but it was you know, for fun. Swiss found me in Guitar Center. He was shopping. I was just in there hanging out with my friends, you know. So he found me. I was about 17 years old at the time. So pretty much everybody I work with, like the major artists, was pretty much through him. You know, like he's connected to like 110% of the industry. So working with him, you know, you're bound to see anybody at any given moment. You know, so. I could say like my second day there, I ended up working with Don Omar, which is like, he's in the reggaeton world, he's like a legend in the Dominican Republic. And Fabulous, which is a multi-platinum selling rap artist here. And you know, that was our second day on the job, you know. It was just
were you like kind of like a aha moment for you? You're like, I can't believe it's happening.
Yeah, it was like a lot going on, man. You know, like so many people were there, like aside from them. And you know, like Swiss, you know, he's always on top of his game. So it was, non-stop action. Pretty much, you know, when we were in Guitar Center on 14th Street. They had just built it, so like, you know, I'm a musician. I play drums, piano, bass, guitar. So, you know, after school, that's what me and my friends would do. We would hang out and play music, you know. So we were doing that in Guitar Center, and he walked in. It was just like real mutual. Like, you know, usually when you're in there, it's like 1,000 people in there jamming out. But for some reason that day, it was just us and like probably one other kid. But he walked in, and I thought he was a customer. Well, he is a customer, but I just thought he was just some average dude shopping. I didn't really look at him because I was, you know, doing my thing. He walked up and he kept inching closer to me, so I'm like, all right, maybe he wants to. I wasn't sure what was going on, so I kind of like turned down and I looked at the person and I'm like, oh shit, you know, it looks like, in my head I couldn't really think of who it was at first, so I'm like, okay, wow. You know, like I'm jamming out, then he got closer, I'm like, okay, I think I know who he is now. So then I'm like, all right, cool, he's chilling. So I'm like, all right, he must be interested in what he's hearing. So I'm like, all right, I stopped because I'm like, I don't want to assume in my head, oh, it's Swiss Beats, and I look and it's just some regular guy. Like, oh, hey, man, so I'm looking. So he's like, he gave me the nod, like, yeah. So I was like, all right, cool, you know. He's like, keep going, I like what I hear. So we kept going, me and my friends. And, you know, he kept it real. He took our numbers, you know. Me and him, we're from the same neighborhood in the Bronx, and you know, we had a lot of connections, you know, so I guess it made sense on his end, you know. He called us. To be honest, I really don't know what he saw. I guess he saw like talent, I guess. But truthfully, we were just having fun. It could be that we were just kids doing something other than just being in the street, or it could have been anything, because he's, you know, he's a very like positive-minded dude, you know.
And then what does it keep it real for you and Panther to work together? Because I know you have such a great alliance, and you're moving forward so fast and so firm with amazing artists that you work with.
Well, you know, like Swiss always had a lot of respect for Pant. So like when I met him, I already kind of knew who he was, you know, like so. For some reason, out of the whole room, like he kept coming to me, like, you know. So we having conversation. You know, he told me everything he did, and you know, at the time he told me he sold 170,000 records independent. Vinyl, right? If I'm not mistaken.
No,
it was in Japan.
Son of Panther. No, that was in California. We did the Son of Panther. Then Tony Sunshine record, we did 45,000 vinyl. We released in Japan with the DJs actually. And we did that. We had a Snoop record where we sold 50,000 vinyl. So we had a lot of, and that was the old times, you know, where a lot of people are doing. And that's why, like I said, when I met him, I felt good vibe with him. And that's why we started working with him. Me and him worked on Rich Hill project. And like I said, it clicked on. Rich Hill is my nephew. And like a nephew to me, like a son to me, like that him and Aaron and my son artist son. And it's like, these are the environment I have around me, basically, and I work and I saw these young artists growing in front of me, basically, you know, like, wow, so much talent out there, so why not, you know, my name is already attached with other stuff, so why not work with these artists and make them who they are? And here, one of the artists, and then I got Aaron Reed, then I got Rich Hill, Sin, working with a lot of different artists, like, you know, this was Colony. Who else we work with?
Chet Hayes.
Yeah, actually we wrote Chet Hayes 100%, the production and the lyric side of it. We wrote 3 record Hollywood.
Chet Hayes is the son of Tom Hanks.
Tom Hanks' son, yes. So we wrote 3 records for him. We did the production and wrote the 3 record where I changed his swag to different, basically. He used to rap, where I made him a pop. Where till this day he's still carrying on, you know. And I'm glad he's doing his thing, you know. I'm very happy for his success end of the day, that he changed and he listened to somebody where his life has changed, basically, you know. Because people didn't respect him in a rap wise, so kind of nice that he changed to a pop where he fits in. And I'm very happy that I started that life for him. And I'm very happy to see him that his success, you know. Hey, we did 100% of production. Me and him sat there, helped him to write the record and everything we did. So we did a lot of things for him. I'm really, really happy for that one.
Basically, we put the whole package together, you know.
And me and Avery've been working for a long time, so we talk. We like, let's work with this artist this way. He likes or she likes this things. Let's work it out to give him the right product, basically, and that's what we do. And Avery can tell he worked with major situation where.
And I know you work with Alicia Keys and those big names. Can you tell me more about the artists that you work with, like the names maybe, and how you brought the concept and developed them?
Yeah, I worked with Alicia Keys and I worked with Eve before.
And they're like pretty big artists themselves. Yeah. What do you bring to their table to make it special for them?
Well, they're very deeply music orientated, so like with them you gotta go with more like live sound, like anything with like live drums or live guitar, piano. But like I worked with Machine Gun Kelly before. He's like a bounce artist, you know what I'm saying? He got a lot of bounce. So I give him a lot of like up tempo, heavy 808, bass. It depends on the artist. It's good as a producer to do your homework on the artist and know their sound before you actually work with them. And like I said, make it easy for them, meet them halfway, more than halfway.
So when you started working with Alicia Keys, did you know all of her profile that she'd done in the past and knew exactly, or how did you make it different for her?
Well, she's a musician herself, so pretty much we naturally vibe together. And Swiss asked me to Swiss gave me the direction of what drums to put to the record we did. It was a record called Speechless. And it came out dope. 3 geniuses in the room. You can't.
3 chefs in the kitchen, so obviously you're gonna get something good.
Yes. What did you learn from Swiss was very special to you?
Is that I learned one thing I learned from him is that it's not about. It's really about your salesmanship. It's not really about the producing and the music. That plays a part in it. Your product always plays a part in it, but it's about how you sell it to the people and the clients, and the way you present yourself as a person. And he's very energetic. He's very loud spoken, so everybody understands him clear. He's a very clear person to deal with. And in this business, artists dealing with everybody the way they are, you're gonna always want to come back to somebody like him.
Right.
And that's what keeps him going. That's what keeps him who he is to this day. So, I try to mirror that image. I got a long way to go, but I try my best to mirror that image. Because that's a good lane to be in.
Because I know a lot of competition out there, right? A lot of records that try to make sales. Right now, the sales market is completely different.
Yeah, definitely.
What motivates you? What gets you to that point where you still keep on going and yet you bring something that nobody else has? And will make them to go to you, said, I want Avery and Panther to work on my record, even though they have so many choices out there.
Well, one thing I can say is everybody's different, that's why when you look at shop.com, they'll have McDonald's or they may have Wendy's. They both sell food, but sometimes you just want a certain quality of food.
Right.
So the music, if you bring something different to the table, to the whole platform itself, which me and Uncle Panther, that's what we bring to the table.
Do you consider yourself as a brand?
Yes, definitely.
I'm only one. He's only one.
Yeah.
There's only one Uncle Panther.
And together you have a third one.
We still want you right in a way, we put our mind together and we build up something else where we come back, because you're absolutely right.
That's great.
Exactly. Every artist have their own identity, and when they come out, that makes me happy. That's my thrill, basically, see an artist when we work with the artist and he's already out there and doing big, and that makes me really happy. Avery, when I driving and I hear the beat, Avery there makes me my goosebumps get up. Why? Because we're close.
You feel it.
Exactly. That's my son. It's like I hear Aaron record, he did that, and I was watching the MTV, and Aaron had a show called Rockstar, And when I heard the Crazy Love, my goosebump kind of got up. It got like, look, out of nowhere it came in on TV. So it makes you feel good, you know. And if somebody just do the record and keep it in his house and let him listen to himself, that doesn't help us. And that's why we're very, very picky about who we want to work with, basically, because we want to make sure our production goes the right way and those people will go to the right direction, basically, you know.
All right, yeah, we're working with Shira Girl. She's with Conquer Entertainment, Wolf Colony.
By the way, we got Mano. We got Cassidy on board with us, and we're working with them. And we have a lot of Conquer Entertainment, like he said, gospel, also rock, pop, rock and roll, like all kind of genre music. We've got to work with them and put them out in the right direction.
Yeah, pretty much. Well, like I said, we were right now we're currently working with Shira Girl. She's one of the lead artists on Conquer Entertainment. Melanie Lynx is another one. Her music's awesome. Like, it's very alternative and has a big jazz and classical background. And they have a lot of dope gospel artists as well that do like Christian alternative music. Everything, man. Jamal Brown, which he's also a cat and he's also a rap artist under Conquer. I know him for a little while now. You know, it's a lot of people. You know, we're working with April, Kurt, and you know,
Amanda,
gang. Well, Amanda, you know,
and JR, definitely,
yeah, man.
Founder of Shop.com
and Monk in America.
So you basically, if you're driving the boat, you're driving the force towards these people.
Yeah,
How does it feel for you, like, to go through all of this and then you're finally here with Uncle Panther and you work with such amazing crew and you are such a personality yourself?
Thank you. Truthfully, it feels natural, you know, and that's the best way to feel, you know. That means is everybody's good, everybody's neutral, everybody, you know, no problems. The whole circle's positive, man.
What do you see, Uncle Panther?
I'm looking at it
Forward.
so Avery won't run into a bridge or anything, so we make sure we're on the safe.
I got people all around the boat watching. I got
They're watching us to make sure they tell us.
We gotta make sure you guys are safe, you know.
That's great.
Definitely.
You're driving the right force together.
Yeah, just,
Moving forward.
you know, end of the day, it's a really good experience to work with everybody else, and then to work with Conquer is like all the experience you have in your past, what you did, and you bring here, and you be like, I can bring this to the situation, I can do this, because they have so much to offer to an artist. At the same time, if you want to open a franchise or business, they can help you and do a lot of things, you know. So, like I said, end of the day, you know, if you get it, you get it. You don't, you don't. But this is a good opportunity. People are gonna get it in a few years. Oh, everything is turning to digital. Everything is going to be changed. You know, technology is moving so fast in these days. So I'm very happy that we're part of the situation where we're moving forward.
Now, with the background of like vinyl records and what's going on now, what do you think can be done differently? Because the whole industry changed.
You know, music is not when you sell CD or you used to do. Now you have to attach with the merchandise with another way you can, like, for example, this is a binoculars way, you know. Now, if we can put music, everybody's listening or everybody's want to buy this, and we have music in the background, yes, we can get paid for it. So it shows you a lot of different ideas. It gives you a lot of like experience. It gives you help. It gives you money in your pocket. And if you're a brand new artist, yeah, of course you need to work around with Conquer because they offer so much. So, and if there's a good artist and things that are good for him and he's working hard, things are gonna happen for him, you know.
And it's good to have that kind of mentality too.
Yes.
That instead of struggling, you give them a chance to rise.
Exactly. You know, life is very funny sometimes. You know, you work hard, and Avery's been working very hard. Like, we're in the studio sometimes for 2-3 days. We used to sleep in the studio.
Really?
It's not like we just came up right now. Like, we slept in the studio. There was no food for us. We struggled, and we did everything we can to be here. But people don't understand that side of it. They don't see that side. Oh, they this and this. No, but we work very hard. Same with Swiss. He used to tell a story about himself, that how he has to make the beat listening to some rapper to studio, and he has to, you know, it's like he did so much hard work. I respect him so much. That's why I have so much respect for him, that he, you know, and Avery's doing the same thing, like put hard work. He's not sleeping home. He's always in the studio, working studio, and that's our life basically. You know, that's what we do. I can't go into a store and stay there when I can do music in the studio.
Exactly.
So that's what we do basically, you know, and I'm very, very happy to find new artists and work with them. And if they want to look for us, we have a blog, Avery Uncle Panther, and they can go check it out basically. And at the end of the day, we want to help everybody we can. It's, yeah, it is about money, but it's about talent at the end of the day.
Absolutely.
If you have talent, everything can fall in. Money is good because you need to carry on your life. You need certain things. You need expensive. It's a business. So you have to understand the whole package. That's why we're teaching our artists the business side of it, and also we show them how, as artists, so they learn more, you know?
A new mentality, because 80s were like heavy metal bands made a lot of money, crashed a lot of money,
Exactly.
and then they were broke.
Well, they made a lot of money, and people get, you know, like I said, they still, to me, the legend is legend, you know?
Yes,
Like,
so true.
I listen to rock, you know, look at Black Sabbath, Ozzy, you know, still good. Journey, Foreigners, yeah, they sold millions of records, and they still gonna be legend. I don't like to talk about artists, because when you prepare them, when it's ready to go, they will get to see, the world will get to see end of the day. So, but yeah, they need to put a lot of hard working, a lot of timing, and they have a lot to offer. So they very, you know, artists have to write, perform, and put his image, do the shows. So it's so much for artists.
A lot.
A lot. And sometimes they go to the studio, like Avery was saying earlier, and somebody got to work at the place. Like, you need to show them the direction, the right way, so they can say, yes, I want to jump on this side. So it make it more easier for everybody. That's why I like to work with Avery. End of the day, you know, we should be careful, son. You know, you're about to go down, son. You gotta grab it. Oh shit! Okay. Oh, you forgot about that. Son. Okay. So,
Son.
I just made that save
Good
right
job.
now. See, good job.
See, what we do?
We always saving each other.
Always, man. Thank
So
you,
we gotta
Uncle
watch
Panther.
each other.
That's good to have each other back. Very
Yeah, man.
important.
That's the end of the day. You know, music, you gotta respect each other.
Yeah.
And be honest, you have to have loyalty in music business. If you're not loyal to each other, you're very bad. And be honest. You know, if you're honest, you are gonna make money.
Yeah.
But if you lie and trying to do shortcuts, it's not gonna get you nowhere. So I like to be humble. I'm very down to earth. I like to, you know, just money not supposed to change you.
Right.
You know,
Get
money-
connected.
Exactly. You're gonna find artists all the time. You never know who's gonna be the next artist.
Yeah,
There's so much talent out there, and that's why when me and Amy work with somebody, we want to make sure they understand everything before they commit to something, and later like, we didn't want this. So we make sure, you know, that they understand what we're trying to bring to the table, because it's not about just going to the studio and cutting a record. After that is more business side of it, how you want to market yourself, how you want to go outside, do touring, the radio, and make sure you're around right people so you don't get into trouble. You know, there's a lot of hater out there.
Right.
So when you're doing a show, you don't know who's going to come near you, so you got to be very careful. You got to respect, but at the same time be careful, you know. So, like I said, they have a lot to offer. That's why sometimes artists break down, basically, because so much they have to give to the world, basically, to be an artist.
So the world sees them and like it
Exactly.
and gets something out of it, you know?
That's why I have a lot of respect for coming artists up too, because they're working hard. It's not about money, but end of the day, yeah, you do need to carry yourself. And like Avery, yourself, he can tell you more.
Yeah.
So, thank you guys very much, and it's been really
You're definitely a good person.